Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually seen one that works.
No?
No.
When they work properly, when it's sitting there, it's supposed to be open.
Yeah.
I always thought it was the other way, but it's not.
I thought it only opened when you had the throttle on.
No. When you have the throttle on, it's closed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then movies have lied to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, yeah, no, I've only ever seen it work in movies, and it's always as soon as they tap the throttle, it pops open.
Yeah. No. That's the wrong way. I always thought it was the other way, too.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool driving down the road with it open, but
Is
it
it
don't really, because it's closed when you kick it.
is it an actual big block car?
It's a big block car, yeah. No.
No.
It is what it is. It is not what it is. Put it that way. Don't let him out. Don't let him out. That's a great engine.
Yeah.
454. It's got about 500 horsepower. The rear wheels. Can't keep the dipstick down. I don't know why. Every time I take it for a drive somewhere, I stop and the dipstick's on.
Yeah.
Not very many people over here tonight.
Yeah, no. We are a bit early, I think. It starts at what, 6?
Last week I was here and there wasn't very many people.
Well, maybe it's a bit late in the season.
Yeah. A little cool for people.
Yeah.
For the older generation.
Yeah. You know, that's the dream for me. Big block and a pillarless coupe.
Yeah.
I was going to buy a Cutlass and it had a 455 in it. And my roommate was like, no, you can't spend that money. And I was like, fine. So I bought that Trans Am. And all the work I had to put into it, it ended up costing me just as much. So I should have bought the damn Cutlass.
Thing, right?
Yeah.
That's like this. I wanted the 70 because it had 4 headlights. The guy had a 71 and a 502 in it. I said, I'll never need a big block, right? Here I am with a big block, right?
Yeah.
Oh. But I still got my 70, so that was the name. I have an 85 Camaro.
I had a 72 Camaro, but when I moved out here, I had to sell it. And then I just missed it so much, I needed to buy something.
Yeah.
I ended up with that, and I put so much money in it, I wish I'd never seen the damn thing.
Yeah. They're money pits no matter what you buy.
Well,
No matter what you have, right?
what screwed me was my 72, because my first car was a 75 Impala, and it was the most reliable thing I've ever driven. For a solid year, including several times where I smashed it into stuff, nothing broke.
Yeah.
And then I bought an
The other car broke, but not yours.
And then I bought an 89 Cadillac, and it was a lemon, but the car itself wasn't the problem. And then I bought my 72 Camaro, and for 2 years it didn't give me a single problem. And so I guess I got into my head that there are a few old reliable cars. That's just not one of them.
No. Taking a 5-speed in it?
No, right now it has a 3-speed, because when I bought it, the previous owner put in, I guess the original transmission broke or whatever, but the previous owner decided he was just going to grab a random engine, or a random transmission, and put it on, and it was a V6 transmission.
Oh, wow.
So it self-destructed a week after I bought the car.
Imagine.
Yeah.
I was going to put a 6-speed standard in this, but I thought, nah, I don't think I will.
I
I
know.
won't put a 5-speed, I'll put a 6 if any. Right?
I know when I had my Camaro, because it had a 350 in it, and I wanted to put the 402 big block in it, and when I
Did you paint that color, or was that color?
I bought it that color, but it was the guy I bought it from literally just painted it. It stands out. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would be, because it's purple. The girls would like it, but no, it's the gay people that like it. So I remember I pulled into, it was a car meet over in the South End, and 3 comments were made about the car. One was a very flamboyant gay person. He was like, "Oh my God, it's so purple." And the next was a lesbian couple. They're like, oh my god, the interior matches. And the third was a group of guys that were standing around a bunch of trucks. It's like, your car's gay. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
purple's not doing too well.
Oh,
It's fun in town because it's got so much torque, but the second I go on the highway, I hate it because to do 110, which is the speed limit around here, I'm doing 3,500 RPM, and I've got nowhere to go.
yeah, yeah.
So how long have you had this?
10 years.
Nice.
What are you doing with shorts on?
What year is this, dude?
83.
83? Yeah. Did you paint it, or did it?
I bought it from a guy who had just painted it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You like the color?
Oh, the color's awesome. Love it.
Yeah. It's been pretty hit and miss for reception.
Well, you know, this is what you can afford and what you do with it. That's all.
Yeah.
You really got to
Have fun with it. That's what
Yeah.
it's for.
A lot of them,
Yeah, this is a V8 car.
Yeah. No, it's the actual Trans Am. Originally, it just had the crappy one, the LG4, but they actually did, or at the very least, they put in a different motor because it's definitely not as slow as the LG4. Yeah?
that's a real Pontiac motor. It's not just the old Chevy 350.
It is, too.
Yeah, it's a real.
It's like the 70s. Yeah.
I can't tell one from the other.
It's carbureted, too. Most of these were fuel injected, weren't they?
Throttle body fuel injection?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
When the guy I bought it from, or not the guy I bought it from, the guy he got it from, literally, I think he went to a junkyard and grabbed just random parts and tried to put them all together, because when I bought it, it had a V6 transmission, so it literally self-destructed about a week after I bought it, and I had to replace the transmission. And then I had to replace the drive shaft. I've had to replace all the brakes, the suspension, pretty much everything. The last guy, I'm guessing, tried to do it all himself and didn't know what he was doing.
That's how people are.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. But yeah, that's.
What do you got for a trans?
It's TH350.
TH350.
Is the only thing I could get.
No, my Trans Am nomenclature. Was this somewhat of a similar color to what it would have originally been painted in?
It matches the interior, but I don't recall if they actually offered a purple that year for the exterior.
You can just decode your data plate and tell you what to keep.
I think originally it was blue.
Yeah. That was a popular color for me.
Blue and purple style, like interior or something. It was near the end of
Be
the
having
Trans Am
fun with
run,
it
they were
anyways.
kinda desperate to
You
sell
know,
the
it's not
cars.
costing a lot of money.
Oh, it cost me a fortune. The car was cheap, but all the crap I had to do to it was not.
Yeah,
All
welcome to
cars
this
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
If you got a real good car and you just want to buy an accessory for it, it costs.
Yeah. I remember one time, back when I was in Ontario and I had a 72 Camaro, I pulled up at a McDonald's and there was a group of old people sitting out front. They're like, oh, I had one of those. And it's like, back in my day, you could cut a hole in the hood, put on a bigger carburetor, and you had an extra 100 horsepower. Nowadays, that'll cost you $10,000. I was like, yeah, almost.
I wish I knew how to tell Pontiac engines. I just knew the Pontiac rather than that, especially basically the shape of the valve covers and the color, the blue. That was Pontiac.
When I took it to the transmission place, they told me that they think it's an early 70s motor.
Right.
They didn't know what it was from. They just knew it wasn't what the car originally had.
Because like Buddy was saying, this year should have been fuel injected.
Yeah.
So it's got a carburetor on it, so that will make it a little bit older again. And that's just what everybody does these days, right? It's either one extreme to the other. Somebody's going with a car that should be fuel injected, and they're putting some big 4-barrel, replace the fuel injection, or somebody's got a carbureted engine, and now you can buy the fuel injection kits, which are pretty reasonable now. And it's seen a couple of them lately for well, probably more than $1,000 here, but for 800 some odd bucks US. Holy shit! Cadillac.
Ooh, there's the fins.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few of them come out now with Chinese-made fuel injection, and they're quite the unit. They're made so you can put them on anything without too much hassle. You only have to change the fuel pump. So it comes with its own. Oh, sweet. I love them wheels. Look, they look good on all fours.
This could be a real expensive fender bender. Oh, he's even got the curb fenders.
Suspension brakes? I got suspension.
Well, it doesn't make as much noise as mine does.
Good enough.